What up, YouTube? It's your boy Ghost. I'm coming to you from my house. I'm dropping this video to speak on Interstate Distributor. Um, a lot of people have been asking me questions about Interstate. Um, how is the Freedom Board? How is it as a driver on the company side, the owner op side, and so on and so on. So I'm gonna drop some knowledge on it. All right, Interstate. Let me see. As an owner op, the first thing I did when it came to what company I actually wanted to lease my truck onto, I looked at everybody, honestly. Looked at Landstar, I looked at Snyder, I looked at Interstate, I looked at JB Hunt, I looked at all these different companies. I looked at UPS, and my thing was I wanted to be on a load board. So I was looking at Landstar, but then I looked at Interstate. And the reason why I chose Interstate was because the load board, the Freedom Board, it was a brand new board. It had just launched, and it was like less than a year old. So I said, you know what? That's the company I want to go with. And then I started looking at their customer base because what do you call it? I had, oh man, I had went up and when I went up, I was talking to the broker, and the broker, that's my mom. My bad. But I look, I looked at Interstate, and I had talked to the broker that I was using at the time, and he was pulling for Interstate, pulling brokered loads, and and he was telling me, he's like, man, Interstate's a good company. They're West Coast based. They have a good customer base on the West Coast. You need to really look at the customer base if you're going to be looking at different companies and which one to lease on to. And he's like, I think Interstate will be a good pick for you. He's like, that way to give you time. He's like, and they do power only. He said, that'll give you time to get, you right. That'll give you time to figure out your authority and figure out the mess that you got yourself into, and to, just fix things for yourself. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna talk to Interstate, and I'm gonna make stuff happen. So I called Interstate up and got to talking to Michael Hogue, the recruiter. I'll add him into this link, and he was telling me about the company. The one thing that he told me that I was kind of like iffy about was, I was like, how much am I gonna gross per week? He told me between 32 and 3,500 a week gross, and I was like, ooh, that's not that much. But I got a couple people over here that was already here before me. One of the guys that's really like helped me with the Freedom Board, and he was like, nah, they tell you that, but you're a runner, so you'll be able to do it, like, and you'll be able to get it done. You'll be able to gross them Snyder numbers here. So I was like, well, cool. If I can do that, then no problem. And I'm like, and I don't have to pay my truck weekly. Oh heck yeah, I'm winning. So I was like, you know what? Let me go on and give us a shot. So I actually I went on that cruise to the Bahamas, and when I got back, I went basically balls deep with the company. I set up and I ran day and night because my truck, it had just got out the shop, and I just went balls to the wall. And I'm gonna tell you this, I kid you not, because I'm gonna drop a video showing my numbers. I cleared 30 grand between July and December pocket. Like, that's how much I saved. I was able to save 30 grand by like that short of time, but I went balls to the wall. But then I think in December I took time off and stuff, but all in all, it was worth it because Interstate has a very good customer base. Their customer base is West Coast friendly, and it's very consistent. So if you're looking for like for me, I look at the customer base. A lot of people talk about, $2 a mile and dealing with brokers, but when you're dealing with mega carriers, you got to look at their customer base and who they pull for. because I mean their customer base. On top of that, you got to look at their customer base's fiscal years to make sure that they when their fiscal year ends and begins, because during the year they're gonna be shipping out stuff day and night. Now, when their fiscal year comes, when it's starting to come, like I say towards the end, that's when it starts to slow down for them. But once it, or no, once it begins, that's when it slows down. Now, once their customer base starts to end, they want to push everything out for the end of the year. Now, when it begins, that's when they start going through inventory and everything slows down. That's something that you got to understand also. So, um, since I got on with them, it's been amazing. Their customer base, I mean, it's like as soon as certain times of the year fall, they have another customer base that picks up. So that's something that you got to look at. Wherever you live at, whatever company you're trying to lease onto or lease with or whatever, uh, you got to look at their customer base. Seeing if in your area, if their customer base is real heavy in that area, you're going to make good money. If it's not, then you're not going to make good money and you're going to be mad and upset. And even with the Freedom Board, it's like people talk about cheap freight, cheap this, cheap that. But at the end of the day, all the numbers, they all come out to be the same amount of money. So that's something that you really got to think about. And honestly, trucking has really helped me financially. It's really gotten me to the next level of life. So don't let nobody tell you that there's no money at Interstate, because it is. So love, peace, prosperity. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a nice day.